What's up, guys? It's your boy Palacio,
It's the boy Eli.
and we back for Palacio Podcast Episode 7.
Seven.
Things. Hell yeah.
7.
Being consistent with that number 7. I feel like these are like popping out really quick now.
Yeah, I know.
Like
It feels like
a lot smoother.
Tuesday rolls around.
Yeah.
Fast.
It's like, good to go. Let's do it. Today we are going to talk about one of the things near and dear to my heart is going to the movies. I feel like movies just better when you go to the theaters. It's just, I feel like that. AMC has decided to change their ticket prices based on where you sit in the movie theater. I think that is the most ridiculous, stupid slap in the face that you can do, especially after COVID. Most people, unless you're like me and really enjoy film, most films now have contracts with the streaming services where they release either exclusively on the streaming services or the same day as theaters, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And the fact that AMC is like
the balls to do this
premiere or the prime seats like in the center with where you usually want to sit now cost more. And then the seats on the side are like a little bit cheaper, which is your standard movie price, like normal price. And then it's a little bit cheaper to do the seats that like make your neck all crink up and stuff. I think that it's another way to just get a couple more dollars to stockholders and the company. Yeah, I think it's terrible. Yeah. It's such a greedy move. It's like slimy to do because you'll be damned if I don't buy one of those cheap ass seats a week after the movie came out and it's just me in theaters and I ain't going sitting up at the prime seats. You got me fucked up. You think that I'm not doing that.
Facts. And
the fact that that's even like a thing. Like when I first saw the thing in the news, I was looking at the comments and everything and it said that that's like a common thing in Europe. Well, this is America. So I don't know what y'all doing out there, but it's wrong.
Yeah, that shit's stupid out there.
If you were excited to see a movie and you check out the ticket prices on the pre-season or pre-sale or whatever, you deserve to get in the center seat.
It's already expensive.
Well, yes.
It's already expensive. You don't got to make it more expensive.
And it shouldn't be based on, I mean, it's only a few dollars. It's not like they upcharge you by like double.
Yeah.
But everything should be equal in that theater, whether you can afford to spend an extra couple bucks on good seats or bad seats. If someone who's barely has enough money, but they love film, they want to be a director when they grow up, they this and that, and they are ass broke. Now you're changing it from them experiencing the movie the way that they wanted to a unenjoyable experience. Mm-hmm. And it's just wrong. You said that the stock for AMC went up. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, that's what one of the articles said. It jumped like 2% or something like that.
Yeah. I usually watch new movies at Cinemark. I think that their quality is better. Seats are a little bit better. It's nicer usually. AMC has some great locations, but I just feel like as a whole, Cinemark is a little bit better. But there's an AMC like right next to the house, and if it's something that I want to watch, but it's not like brand new, usually I'll just go to that AMC because it's good enough. And the fact that they're going to charge me an extra couple bucks to sit where I'm not going to go there anymore. No, it's ridiculous. It's more like a principle thing. It's not like I can't afford the extra couple things.
It's about the principles.
Yeah.
Like we're trying to tell people. The principles matter about certain things.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's $1 or $2, but bro, popcorn and a drink is already $20, which is ridiculous in itself.
And they cannot justify it. That's my thing. You can't justify it. The price, like I know inflation and everything. There is zero up cost with changing your seat to letting someone sit in the center where it costs or the terrible seats up front.
Yeah.
You can't justify it. You just can't.
This is not a sporting event where the better your seat
the better
is, the worse.
Or like a concert or something.
This is a fucking movie.
Yes. And not all seats are created equal. If you've ever had those very front seats, people used to wait in line for hours to get the good seats. That is dedication. You know, first come, first serve. You get in line, you want to wait because you feel really passionate about the movie. When the Harry Potter movies first came out or the Twilight series, you saw people lined up before you can buy movies ahead of time online and stuff like that. I mean, people were waiting hours and hours to watch these films. It's the same thing online. If you want to take the time out of your day to go and make sure you have better seats, then you deserve the better seats. It shouldn't be a finance thing. That's
especially right now in these times that we're in right now where everything is so expensive. You're gonna make that change now out of all times. Like you said, it's dirty, it's grimy, it's slimy. whatever other word you can think of that rhymes with it. It's just nasty.
If you don't know, the movie theater doesn't make any movie off the films itself. They make money on concessions. They make money on popcorn and food. And I mean, they even serve beer now. That's where they make their money. They basically split the ticket with the film company, whoever does it, whether it's Warner Brothers or Disney or whatever. They make like 90% of revenue from that film, from the ticket sale. So it's not like AMC is going to make a whole bunch more money. Do you remember how much it was for popcorn? If you think about it, that is a poor man food.
Yeah.
Corn is one of the most abundant things in the United States. We have so much. We have corn that we put corn syrup in everything. It is one of the most abundantly available things. And then you make popcorn from it. Why does it cost $13 to get popcorn at the movie theaters? It's because they need to make a profit.
It shouldn't cost the same as a movie ticket to begin with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you're going to take the time out in 2023 to go see a movie in theaters, then you must actually care to go see that film, whether it's going on a date or you really like the actor or you think it's a Marvel movie coming up in the franchise or whatever. You're taking the time out of your day to watch that movie in the theaters, pay money for that company when you could do it in the comfort of your home, when you could do it in the comfort of your own home with your food there. You can pause it. You can,
subtitles.
Yes. And they have the audacity to upcharge you for wanting a good, solid experience at their business. It's
the nerve. I like the drive-ins a little bit better already. It's cheaper. It's more comfortable. You're not surrounded by a bunch of, strangers sitting next to you or some kids fucking off in the seat next to you, whatever. To me, I like it a little bit better. And like this right here is already making me just...
It's like going to a restaurant and they have plastic silverware and you have to pay to have quality silverware when you eat. It's a fucking slap in the face. We're going out of our way to spend our money that we work hard for at your business, and you're going to charge us more for trying to have a good experience.
Nickel and dime us.
It's wild.
Yeah. A lot of...
I love movies, so I'm really heated about that. So I'm not going to go to AMC anymore. And it sucks because, I like it. It's a good, solid place. It's not like a terrible experience there. They have, 3D. They have like, I don't know if it's IMAX or their version.
I think they have IMAX. When I went to the movies on Monday, I went to AMC at the parks.
Yeah. And it's awesome. I mean, anytime, whether it's an okay film or a great film, I feel like the experience is that much better when you go to the theaters. For them to do something like that makes you want to go to their business less. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I did go to AMC and I went in like the early mornings. Mm-hmm. So it was like, it's a discounted movie. I'm wondering if like I got how much the discount was or what the original price was if it wasn't. Because I want to say the ticket was like 13 something.
Really?
If it's like...
So I do Cinemark Movie Club and it's like they charge me $10 a month and I get, I think it's 1 or 2 tickets from that. And then I get like, being a movie club member, I get like 20% off on concessions or something like that. And it's like no processing fee whenever you do it online and stuff like that, like small stuff, but it makes a difference for me. And
because you're active like moviegoer.
Yeah, and if you want to upgrade to like 3D or IMAX or something, they put the price of the ticket and only charge you the difference. So if it's like a regular ticket costs $10, but an IMAX ticket costs $13, then you only pay $3.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, and it makes sense. It's like you're doing the subscription with the hope that you go more often, so they're rewarding you for being a loyal member.
Yeah.
AMC is like, since you like movies, I'm going to go ahead and charge you more. What kind of business model is that? It's wild.
Maybe because the nickel and diming is just getting outrageous now.
It's sleazy.
They might as well fucking, when you go to AMC and you buy a ticket, they might as well turn the computer screen around and ask for a tip at this point.
Like the fast food places that ask for tips now?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
wild.
You might as well just do that if you're AMC because this is retarded. Your popcorn, like you said, is already $13 for a tub. It's popcorn. Mm-hmm. The soda is already like $7 for a soda. M&M's, like a little box of M&M's, it's $5. I can go to the dollar store and get that for like $1.
Yeah.
And I'll sneak it in. Fuck you, AMC. But even the drive-in, that's why I like the drive-ins more too.
Yeah, because
drive-ins.
you bring in your
I can bring in
yeah.
Chick-fil-A. They're not gonna search my car.
Mm-hmm.
Put that thing in the trunk. Throw it in the back seat. Throw a jacket over it.
Mm-hmm.
Do what I want in there. It's nice. It's fantastic.
You do what you want.
Stop.
In driving? Okay.
Knock it off.
We're gonna end it with that. Moving on.
Signing off.
Second thing we were gonna talk about. Go ahead.
Oh, the XFL is back after was it like a 2 or is it 3 years now?
XFL
You know what? I had just got
catch a break, man.
I had just got
They
the memory on
cannot
my
catch a
Snapchat
break.
when I went to the XFL game,
Mhm.
the very first one,
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago. But it's back again, and The Rock is like a big proponent or a big
Yeah, he's one of
owner
the
of it,
franchise
yeah.
owners and all that. It's like God wants the XFL to die, but it just won't.
I hope it doesn't.
I hope
Truly.
it doesn't either. It's so we live in Texas, and they're using the Choctaw Stadium, the old Ranger Stadium for it, and that was a perfectly decent stadium. And now they're having the XFL there, and it's just one way that they can bring more money to the city and stuff like that. And if you like football, you get to watch even more football. It might be something that catches on. You know, we have FC Dallas and stuff. Not major league sports, but it's still something there. That's kind of on the level that I feel that XFL is going to be.
Yeah, it's like a G League almost, like how the NBA has.
Yeah, and we were looking at ticket prices. Not bad.
Nah, I mean for decent seats,
you can get in for what, $20?
Like I think it was like 26 was the low end.
Yeah,
and for like good to decent seats, it's like $50.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think you on a Cowboy game, it's $300 to sit up there with God.
Yeah.
So
the audacity they have to charge you a couple $100 to stand.
Yeah. But I mean, when I went when the XFL was first here,
yeah,
I had a fantastic time. We were ass, but beers were $6. I doubt they're $6 now.
It's just another like thing to do on the weekend.
Yeah, it's just something to do if you can't find nothing to do. And also, I feel like the NFL needed entry league almost, like how the NBA has the G League.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time. Like now it's just something for like kids who maybe couldn't make it in college, like with the grades or something, or they had an injury, got kicked off the team or something. Or now they have like an outlet to get back into the league or make it to the league.
Yeah, or someone who's like a little on the older end, or like you said, had an injury and they're not quite up to NFL standards.
Yeah.
Then they can go in. They still have a lot to offer.
They can kind of hone their craft a little bit more and get a little bit better, get some more reps underneath them. And, you know, even last time the XFL was here, a couple of the players ended up getting a call like, hey, we want to try you out. Come over here. Yeah. Like PJ Walker.
Yeah.
He played for the Houston team for the XFL. He started a couple games for the Panthers. Yeah, this last season,
or even like being on the practice team or something like that. Like
it's a new way for people to get to the league, which I think is
it
awesome.
Only does good things for the NFL and
definitely
the football in general.
And a lot of their rules, I feel, could be very innovative to the NFL and the way they do like replay system. So like replay systems, if there's ever like a questionable play, they have somebody in the booth on site rewatching that play, giving a message to the referee, saying, hey, incomplete pass, blow this play dead, you got to remark it or whatever. Yeah. It's like just stuff like that where the NFL should really catch on.
If it's like a BS call, they kind of just...
Yeah.
The ref said it, so...
Yeah, pretty much. And, you know, me being a Saints fan, yeah, I have a lot to say about that. But, like, the NFL could literally take that and implement it into their game. Yeah. And that would make things so much better. Yeah. Because the officiating is god-awful right now. This is the worst officiating I've ever seen in my life. So, the XFL has a lot of good to offer, I feel like.
Yeah, and I think it's, like you said, it was a good step for people who have a lot of potential in college that they aren't quite there yet. Yeah. To make it to the NFL, they need a little more repetitions and a little more experience. They are able to go to the XFL, hone their craft. Now they're really good. They can go up to the NFL, and it just gives a lot of people who spend a majority of their lives. I mean, we live in Texas. You start playing football when you can walk. That's your entire life. You're not quite good enough to get to the NFL. Now what are you going to do? I think it has a lot of opportunity to offer.
Definitely a lot of opportunity, which is good. I'm happy that it came back, and I hope it sticks around.
Yeah. Truthfully. I mean, with my work schedule, they only play on the weekends, so I'm not able to go, but hopefully I get to change that soon. I'd love to go to a game and experience that. Ticket prices are much more affordable than NFL, so you love football, but you're not going to pay $500 to go to a single.
You can go to a game,
Cowboy game. Yeah,
it's not going to break your bank. You're going to be able to have fun. You know, maybe spend some money on some gear, you know, kind of get a little bit invested into the team and whatnot, which is cool.
And it's a good way to introduce people to the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah. If like let's say you've been dating someone and like football is your life, and you're with somebody who doesn't care about football or anything, for you to take someone to a game to try to explain it to them why you love the game, that's a couple $100. You could go to the XFL game and still hopefully the same experience from like a crowd point of view.
Yeah.
It's exciting to watch. Football, in my opinion, is the most exciting sport to see live.
Oh, definitely.
So, you know, to be able to introduce that to someone who doesn't really get it, and then maybe they'll catch on and enjoy it. It's just, it's a good idea for me.
Like, why would you want to spend, you know, $700 on the shitty ass Cowboys?
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that.
I had to.
More people watch the Cowboys than any other sports in the United States. Whenever Cowboys show up to play, everybody's watching that game, whether they care or not. So it tells you a lot.
Still ass.
We just need to get a new kicker and a new quarterback and maybe a running back. But
oh yeah, he's cooked.
But
he's cooked.
We got him next year. That's our slogan.
How about them Cowboys? My family went opening night. I meant to ask them about how it went.
That was last week, right?
Yeah, last Saturday they went. But I had to work, so unfortunately I wasn't able to go.
Like we were talking about, the older that we get, we just kind of like priorities change, and like you were saying about brain development, like you feel a little bit different the older that you get.
Yeah,
your priorities change. Like an old man compared to me in my early 20s, 20, 21, 22. Okay. I was a dog. Oh my god. Like thinking back, I'm like, bro, how was I so heartless? Like it's wild. I was in the streets.
I feel like I finally hit like my old man age. I went out last Saturday and I was out at 7th Street, you know, just doing like we normally do. And I was kind of there and I'm just like, why am I here right now? Like it just doesn't feel like I'm not even that old. Like I'm 26. I've seen people way older than me and whatnot, like at 7th Street having a good time. It just felt so weird to me. I've never felt like that, like when I was out and about. And I'm like, holy shit, is it really like that time of my life where I'm just not interested in this no more? Am
I really done paying $15 for a dose? Is that the stage of my life that I'm at right now?
I hope so. It's expensive.
Man. Yeah, you just feel different. Like even if I didn't have a kid on the way and I wasn't married, my priorities would still change so much.
And like, it's weird because like what we were saying earlier off cam, like the male frontal lobe doesn't fully develop till like 26, 25. And it's just kind of like one day you wake up, it's just different. Like your mindset is completely different.
I don't know if it's because you get closer to 30 than you are 20. Like you're not old again. Whenever I'm at work and I like respond to like, what was it, yesterday or the day before? There was a kid that he dislocated his shoulder, and it was like at high school practice or something like that. They look like children to me. And I'm a 27. It's not like I'm an old man, but they carried them. I mean, they're kids. They're kids. Even an 18, 19-year-old, you're a child. The fact that I feel like an old man and I feel I'm 10 years older than them almost, it's wild. Yeah. Like, I don't consider myself that anymore. I'm like different. I'm something else. And the older that I got, it was just kind of like, man, maybe I should save a little more money. Maybe I should start thinking about buying a home. Maybe I should start dating and seeing like, is this someone I could spend the rest of my life with? This someone who I want raising my children, considering other people's feelings when doing something. It's not just like YOLO. Yeah. You know, it's just for myself. I feel like I've always been a pretty nice person, considerate person. But when it came to dating or what I spent my money on, it was just like night and day. I wanted to enjoy the moment for then. And I think that's a good time for everyone. Everyone needs that like college time to party and discover yourself and what you like and you don't like and all of that. I think it's a great time in your life, but you let that escalate into late 20s, early 30s, and it's just like, what are you doing? Yeah,
I feel like now is time like it's supposed to click for us. Like everything that was taught to you, now it's like, oh shit, this makes a lot more sense than it did maybe last month. Like when you're around the 25, 26 age group, which is, it's just weird. Cause this had like, I feel like it kind of like clicked for me right before I turned 26. Like maybe like the month or like a few weeks leading up to it. It's kind of like when I just woke up one day and it was just like, whoa, why does my head feel so clear? Why do I feel more motivated? I felt like a fire in me, like a passion to go harder, to be better, to start really taking care of myself and working towards something.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's better late than never. Like 25 might be like, oh, wow, you're 25 and it barely clicks for you. You know, it's better late than never, but
find what you're passionate about in your 20s, work really hard in your 30s, and then, you know, have it set by your 40s.
Yeah.
And once you find something that you genuinely enjoy, or someone you genuinely want to spend the rest of your time with, or you have a goal and it's like, yes, this makes sense, it just becomes a little more clear for you. And all the other stuff, like I still like going out with the guys, you know, shooting some pool, but I'm not going to go Friday, Saturday, Sunday at 7th Street and just, like, even if I was single, I wouldn't be doing that. Just go trying to pick up women. Like, for what? What is the goal here? You know, like, okay, find this beautiful woman. We click. I sleep with her. Goes on for maybe a week or two, and I know I'm going to bounce because it's not really about her. It's about me. It's completely different now. It's, you stop and think, man, what if I got this girl pregnant, or I don't want to be with someone else frequently. You know, I want someone that I could build something with.
You just don't want to be someone's baby daddy.
Yeah.
And that 20% come out that paycheck.
Oh, God. Bro, it's like double taxes.
Yeah.
And you get stuck. People get stuck. I mean,
18 years. And then if they go to college, it's like another 7.
Yeah, who you end up having kids with, don't kill me for this, Sabrina, but who you end up having kids with, I feel like is a little more important decision than who you marry. Because you're there, regardless of whether you like them or not, 20 years down the line, they're still going to be in your life.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Only that.
You created a person with someone. Yeah. And they're there.
Those genes are going to be in that kid.
Yeah.
So the reason, like, it might be their worst genes that get in that kid. You're going to have to love them and take care of them, but
yeah. I mean, you could find out that you don't love, you can find out real quick who someone is, like being in a marriage, or like, this isn't what I want anymore. You could divorce. That other person could be on the other side of the world in 10 years. You never see them again, and that's that.
Well, you have a kid.
You have a kid with someone. You're going to have to talk to them potentially for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, at least until that kid's an adult. At the very minimum, that controls where you live, how you spend your money. You have to talk to them about childcare. Who they're with affects your kid.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. This sounds like something I don't ever want to do.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Just think. Just take a little. If I could tell myself in my early 20s, definitely, just think about who you want to be 5, 10, 15 years in the future, and try to start making steps toward that. You know, I think it would have saved me a lot of grief and a lot of heartache and financial instability.
It would have, but talking to your younger self, how likely is it that your younger self would listen?
Bro, he'd be like, bro, you a bitch.
Exactly.
Got these hoes.
Like, line that shit up on beer pong and shut up. But it's not like we did it all right. We didn't, I don't want to say trapped, because it's kind of like, you know, like a harsh word, but we got our things baggage free. And we were able to, you know,
we came out the mud clean.
Yeah.
Considering.
Yeah.
Which is wild.
Which is good. I mean, because you can still do it when you have a kid. Like everyone, I've seen a lot of people do it, but it makes it just a little bit harder. And shout out to y'all that do it, because that shit's hard. You know,
I mean, when your responsibilities over time accumulate, it's just like, I feel like it's just like debt. It's like the longer that you wait to start, the more that shit adds up. Yeah, and the interest goes a little bit higher and a little bit higher. And what you want to do, your time and your money, it's just a little bit harder to do. So start early. You know, whether it's whatever you want, you don't have to you don't have to save 90% of your paycheck when you're 18, 19. I feel like investing in yourself is the best thing that you can do for financial financial stability, but also happiness. Like if you want to have a 1-bedroom apartment, but you travel the world, more power to you. Like you don't have to have a family if that's not what you want. You don't have to buy a house.
There's no real definition for success.
As long as you're happy and you're not hurting anyone else, you do whatever you want.
You're successful.
But find a way to do whatever you want up to the point where you don't have to rely on anyone else to make you happy.
Yep.
Like I love being married, and I found someone great to spend my life with. I can count on her to help make me happy. But at this point in my life, I feel no matter where I go or what I do, I'm content with my life because I spent those critical years developing where I want to be. Like I'm not in some dead end job that I hate. My job is hard, but I feel gratitude and I'm able to help other people, and it satisfies me. It's a satisfying thing. On top of that, I went through school. I decided not to go to a 4-year college, like natural bachelor's degree, and put myself in student debt. And now I'm making decent money, and it elevates me to do other stuff that I want to do, like this podcast. It's small stuff like that. Like this is a cheap way to do a podcast, and we're just starting out. But like I spent at least $2,000 on equipment. Like that's not an insignificant amount of money when you're trying to start something. Like it's, especially if that's what you want to do as like a main career and goal. Like that's a lot of money when you're 18, 19 years old and you have 3 roommates and stuff. Like develop yourself early so that way you can put yourself in a place where you want to be later on. There's always a time and a place to do dumb shit. I feel like that. Like but that's the only way you learn.
Oh yeah, you have to go through the trials and tribulation of your dumb shit.
Yeah, in order to find a good woman, you have to know what a bad woman is. In order to find where you want to be in life, you have to go through some shit.
Definitely. I think I'm like one more heartbreak away from being the perfect husband. I got one more in me. Just one more.
I'm ready to be hurt again.
Then I will be right.
Yeah. And your actions, what you do early, they have an effect on people. Like I was an asshole to a lot of women that I was with. And I can't believe some of the stuff that I did. And just the way that I carried myself and acted like I didn't care, or, whatever it is, or someone wanted a future with me. And they ended up like finding out with someone else, which is great. But like thinking way down the line, like you present yourself a certain way, but then that it's not going to go anywhere. Yeah. But you're, enjoying yourself right now, and that's okay. Like it's going to hurt other people down the line. Your choices have actions. And unfortunately, sometimes you're not the only one who has to pay for them. The unimaginable amount of success that our parents were able to do this at a younger age.
Yeah.
Bro, my mom was like 10 years younger than me when she had her first kid. She was able to do this without 10-year head start. And now I'm just having my kid, and I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to try my best. Like, that is a wild...
Put a diaper on the stuffed animal.
Yeah, well, I was being misled, just to be fair. But I got the hang of it. So, baby steps. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah, no, I don't know how my dad did it with 2 kids. After my mom passed away. And shout out to my stepmom. Mm-hmm. She's been great, but
sacrifices that they made. It's just like it gets more and more apparent the older you get.
Hell yeah, especially like trying to blend families. Mm-hmm. Good Lord, we went through some fucking trials and tribulations. Yeah. But they stuck it out, and hopefully when it's not all said and done, but they can see it, that everything they put into us was worth it. And everyone has their own definition of success, but I just want to be successul to them in their eyes at this point. Like as long as like I've made them proud, I feel like I've done my duty.
It's kind of like a little different for me because it's not, I obviously I want to make my parents proud, but it's now that I'm having a kid, it's like I want to be the person that my kid looks up to now.
Oh, yeah, see, I ain't got a kid. I don't got to feel like that yet.
Yeah.
When I have a kid, I feel like that, but
even if I didn't have a kid, like when I started getting my shit together, I'm like, are you going to be proud of the person that you were 10 years down the line? Like, you're going to be like, I'm proud that I did that. Like, what did I do in life?
Oh yeah. Well, I feel like
am I happy that I partied 6-7 days out of the week and slept with a whole bunch of girls? Like, what meaning does that have to you 10 years down the line? It's none.
oh yeah, no, that ain't shit.
But did you set yourself up to be happy?
I feel like that's gonna be my legacy.
Go ahead and explain that for me.
Like, I feel like not like, well,
He wasn't here for a good time or for a long time, but a good time.
Well, no, I hope I don't die soon. But like I hope when, like, if I do pass on and, you know, like I have a lot of people still left over, I hope that's one thing they say is like, damn, like whenever he was around, the mood was just uplifted. Like there was a different energy, you know, like just something like that. Like I just want, you know, just to be remembered like that.
Yeah.
And I always said if I ever get terminally ill,
mm-hmm.
and I start, you know, when you get terminally ill, you start looking like a little different. I don't want anybody to ever see me. Because I don't want that. Yeah. I don't want that to be the lasting image.
Yeah.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I've done a lot in this life toward the image of me is going to be happy, smiley.
Yeah.
Possibly drunk at times.
But I think that's great. But you don't have to be that. Like a lot of when you talk about, like, for instance, like Robin Williams, he was always the funny guy. So people were always expecting him to be the funny guy. And when he wasn't, it was kind of a letdown. And he had a lot of mental problems, but he was afraid to show. And I'm just speculating. I have no idea how he felt, you know, but I'm assuming that he felt the need to put on that kind of persona, which drove like a wall between who he really was and how people saw him. If you want to be like the happy and funny guy, that's cool. But I wouldn't ever let it get to the point where you're like, if you're going through shit.
Oh yeah, no.
You don't let someone know, like.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah. Whenever I present myself to people, like what they see is what they get. I never try to put up a front. One, I don't care what other people think about me. There are people in this world who think I am the absolute worst person to ever step foot on the planet.
I'm one of them.
Scumbag.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And that doesn't affect me at all, knowing that there's people out there like that. Because at a certain point, I'm sure I was, or I accosted somebody or did something wrong. But that was who I was yesterday. That was who I was years ago. And I'm not saying that that's right, but I keep moving forward.
Yeah. Well,
and
people are talking about like people changing and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
People don't ever allow people to change.
Yeah.
Because like you have done a whole complete,
360.
Excuse me.
So baby,
it's been
I'll do a whole
360
for you.
Yeah, no, you are a different person than what you were.
Yeah, and I'm not saying I'm the best person ever, but I don't let other people's opinion affect me. I mean, if someone's like, you ain't shit, like, all right,
growth that you've done over the years.
That sucks.
You're 19, 18 years old, whatever.
But it's just like, the older that I got, the more I just didn't care. I respect people's opinion who I respect.
Yeah.
But I do not let it determine how I value myself. First of all, a healthy way to look at things, but only you know who you are. Like, even I've known you 20 years.
Fuck, that's a long time.
20 years. Tyler is like my oldest friend that I actually still know, and I've known him like 23 years, which is wild. And he doesn't know who I am. I'm not saying that he doesn't know me, but I'm saying like only you spend 24 hours 365 with yourself. So your idea of you and someone else's idea of you may be really close, but it's just a little bit different. Yeah. Like only you know all your secrets, how you like things, how you don't like things, and you are constantly evolving. So do not let someone else's perception of you squander how you feel about yourself. Because once you have self-confidence, and you got to be careful not to let it reach arrogance, because that's how I was. I still had that view, like I don't care what other people think about me, but in my early 20s it was arrogance.
You have you have to have like a dash of arrogance, like a little but when you're that it was over the
cocky
top.
And over the top, like it's you're just like it brings it to a point where people don't enjoy being around you.
You become a Chad.
That's gonna be it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this episode 7. If you have any questions, Eli, you have a recommendation real quick?
Oh, yeah. So song of the day is going to be Point Across by Young Dolph.
I don't think I've heard that one.
You didn't hear that? You need to listen to it.
We're going to get it after this one.
that it's been I don't know, it's replayed over my phone multiple times. I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna get my fucking point across.
Go and check it out. We're gonna do the same. We appreciate you guys. If you listen this far, big thanks, because I know it's not super long podcast, but 30-40 minutes is time out of someone's day.
Especially out of y'all's day. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So if you have any comments, leave them down below or shoot us a DM or whatever on Instagram, Twitter, whatever you feel like doing. If you have any recommendations you want us to talk about, please feel free. That's pretty much it. You got anything else?
I got nothing else.
All right, man. Hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Peace.